I was a naval officer for around 8 years, the Israeli Navy. I resigned, I studied computer engineer, and I was really fascinated about combining those two together. So maritime technology is something that really excites me, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do. So I've been looking around, I've been joining ports, I've been joining professional networks and networking with people from the industry to try to understand problems in this industry. I'm pausing, getting a little further back as a Navy cadet. The first time I embarked on a Navy vessel, we were navigating outside of the port, and we hit the ground on the way out. So I remember I was not responsible of anything back then, but I was learning to become an electronics officer. And I remember that as like a really horrible experience. There was damage to the ship. We were dragged out of the water for 4 months. And I remember thinking, I was in charge of learning to be in charge of sonars and navigation equipment and radars and so much. There's so much on board ships today that it was not reasonable how these things are still happening today when we have so much technology on board. That kind of lingers there. And when I finished my study, I knew I wanted to do something about that. So I picked it up. I talked to a couple of folks, did some research, quit my job. Digitalization and digital twinning, meaning that we're taking physical objects and building a digital representation in the cloud for them. So that's fantastic because you can do anything you want to do, like simulation and trying to, build new stuff. Instead of building them first at the real world, you run it on the simulation. And then you know when you need to do maintenance, and then you know if it's dangerous or not, or you're going to have point of failures or anything like that. And our mission is to digitize the global waterways. I believe there will be more and more digital twins of physical components, and at a certain point, they will all talk to each other. So if I have a physical model of the waterway and you have a physical digital twin of a crane, they have some common place when the ship moors and you want to know what's at stake. So these two digital twins will be able to talk, and that is really important when you get to the word of autonomy. If you want to move things autonomously, that will be a major challenge if you don't have a digital representation of things. You cannot do everything by yourself. So sometimes you want to hold all the cards to yourself, and we're going to build that, and then we're going to build that. But actually, there are some really great companies, software, hardware, whatever, that are specializing in the world that they're in, and you can harness this experience and build something that even better than both of you working by yourself. So this is the first thing I realized, is that partnership are the right way to go, especially in the world of maritime. It's so segregated. There are some terminal operation system technology, and there's a port authority, legacy software. It's very segregated. You want to get things done, choose the right partner. You do need to choose like-minded partners. At the end, you're working with people. You're not working with companies. So choose people that you want to work with, and then build something that is greater together. And we are walking the walk. We have built a data partnership program where we are collaborating with the tugboat companies to collect waterway dynamic data. We're doing that. We're making sure that not only we partner for PR, for press release and the attention that it gets, we make sure that they have incentive to do that for the long run. They're getting a revenue share. They're getting some other benefits from us. This is really important for us. But that's more of a commercial side, but also in the research and development, the R&D side, we are collaborating with survey companies where the sheer experts in hydrography or the common hydrography that is today. Yeah, and I'm a strong believer in that. And I think that's a key factor for growth, actually. Startups are always talking about growth, right? This is how you grow. This is how you grow. You harness experience, you partner, and then you can leverage that to make something that is greater than the sum of its parts. Yeah, I can, man, I can talk forever. I'm just going to say one more thing. There's an expression we use back home that goes, for 20 years of experience, you need at least 20 years. I mean, some people can get 20 years of experience after 40 years, 20 years worth of experience, right? And some companies have hundreds of years combined of experience, and you cannot substitute that in specific fields. So find those ones that have 20 years of experience and leverage the work with them.